Hey yo, what's up?
Hola, ¿qué me estás?
Taboo, trends, anything and everything. You can watch us every single week on YouTube and Facebook. This is No Filter in Paradise.
Huh? That's what they told your mom on the Plátano field?
And that's what they told you on the cotton field?
I can go home to my mom right now.
I swear to God, I wish you were recording right now. That would have been fucking funny to start the show.
I got canceled. Oh.
Wait, kidding me? No.
You get canceled back home.
In Aruba? Nah.
What? It is a country, is it not? This is a country. I had to use my passport to get here. Isn't that a country? A country's an island.
I don't know. Listen, we're not that smart, all right?
You're not calling this a country?
It's an island.
Can we start? Because we're already recording.
It's recording?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, yo, what's up, guys?
Hola, ¿qué me estás?
You want to do an intro? Like Shark?
Okay. Right now?
Yeah.
Oh, what's going on, everybody?
Yo, guys, welcome back to...
tea?
No, I don't know, man. Welcome back, guys. Welcome to another episode of No Filter in Paradise, a show about anything and everything between two friends. One is straight and the other two
are really, really gay. This one is not that gay.
He's like
whatever.
bisexual.
Oh.
Are you?
Well, me?
Yeah.
Okay,
I'll just say I'm gay. I'll just say I'm gay, but I mean...
Sometimes you go the other side.
I don't see gender. I just see people.
All right. Guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you next week. Fuck that.
Here we go.
Oh, man. We're not going to get into that conversation, okay?
Yeah.
Well, maybe. Who knows? But anyways, guys, welcome back to another episode of No Filter. You already know we're going to have a good time today. We have a guest, as you can already see. Papito Suarez, Mr. Brandon, all the way from...
New York City.
Which part of New York?
So I live in Jersey City now. So I live in Jersey
Can't rap
City.
the York.
I was like, I can't afford it anymore. I got to go out.
Nah, I live in Jersey City. I live 5 minutes from Manhattan, so I live in Jersey City now. But I still rep New York, born and raised people, so don't get it twisted.
Yo,
These
welcome.
New Yorkers. You're so proud.
You've been trying to get Brandon on the show for how long? Like a year.
For a year, and I'm finally here. I finally made it. So, I mean, the pandemic slowed us down.
No,
but,
yeah. Well, listen, you were like, I'm coming down next week. And then you never hear anything again. I'm like, where's Brandon? Like, I don't know.
Well, it worked out. It was in our cards. So we're good.
What happened? Wait, you literally flew in like last minute. Like, it was like a last minute thing.
I got laid off. So
Wait, really?
Yeah, they like my company laid off like 90% of the sales force. So then I was like, you know what? I'm getting out of here.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen you guys in so long. You guys are like my second family here. So I'm like, you know what? I might as well just come down last minute. I fly for free. Let's go. And
So wait, we were partying and you got laid off?
Huh?
We were partying and you got laid off.
Baby, they gave me a package. They sent me good. They're good. They got me.
Damn, I should have asked you for more stuff.
Oh, he brought you some stuff?
No, I wish I did ask for some stuff.
No, but I mean, he literally called me like, or texted me 2 days before he come down. I didn't even answer. Like, fuck, like, I'm not gonna believe this guy. And then he FaceTimes me. I'm like, look, I'm coming. Like, I don't fucking believe you until I see proof. Literally sends me a confirmation. I'm like, okay, cool. I will see you tomorrow.
Here I am.
Yeah. And also, he expects us to clear our entire schedule to hang out with
that's
him,
not
which is
gonna
not
happen.
a real thing
Baby,
here.
I'm the king. You guys have to do what I
Have
say.
several
King.
seats,
I thought you were a
please.
queen here. What's going on?
That's right, we queen. The queen. The queen.
That is she and Rihanna. Thank you.
Oh, guys, to be honest, I don't have a laptop, which means it's going to be an organic conversation. It goes where it goes. But before we do, shout out to our sponsors, Mr. Amster or Mrs. Amster Bright. Hey, thanks Aroma Trading for supporting. Damn, I just missed it. For supporting and sponsoring the show. You guys, we love you guys. You've been with us since day one. Guys, we give away a free case of Amster Bright every single week. All you got to do is go on Instagram, No Filter in Paradise, like the picture, tag 3 of your friends, and make sure everybody's following. It's a picture of the 3 of us with this case. Do what you got to do if you want to win it. Friday, we announce our winner. 8 p.m. on Instagram story. Shop.
Ow. 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 So let's get into it.
Let's go.
Bienvenido, papito. ¿Cómo está? ¿Todo bien, señor?
We going for Dominican over here? You Dominican?
Yeah, Dominican and Cuban. Or American, because apparently when you're from the States, you have to say you're American. But my family's from
Okay, I was
Cuba,
going to
Dominican
ask you,
Republic.
like, what you heard it. Like,
Yeah, my culture, Dominican and Cuban. So me an island boy.
Hey. Okay, so how's your mom?
My mom, she's good.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Your rest of the family?
They're good. My family's good. Everyone survived the pandemic, thank God. And, I just turned 30, so let's talk about me.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Hold up.
Conceited.
No, we don't want to cancel the show if we're talking about you, okay? We got canceled.
No, we're gonna get into it. Let's talk about you. So, how did you spend your birthday?
So I actually, back at home, I throw a party, like an LGBTQ party. I throw one called Tres Golpes, which is a traditional Dominican breakfast dish. So it's a Latino reggaeton party because in New York we don't have many like spaces for us to listen to like Spanish music, like salsa, merengue, bachata. So I do that party, and I had my 30th birthday party there. So that's why I did it.
Wait, it's not big, as in like you don't throw like reggaeton parties or something?
There's just like so many more spaces for like gringas, you know?
Yeah.
So like every so often,
Like
like
you're being so like, listen,
Gringas?
you want to say like these white bitches?
Yeah.
there's a lot of spaces. I'm like,
Sound
hey,
very,
let me see.
very much
Following each other.
filtered. I'm like,
let me make sure I'm saying
Why are
something.
you
Okay.
filtering?
who is this?
No,
Why you
well, it's no
filtering?
filter, right?
Exactly,
No filter.
like-
White
There's a
bitches.
lot of places for white people to listen to white music. So we needed more spaces for our people. So I said, you know what? Instead of like,
Yo.
asking for these spaces, I'm going to create them for myself. So I created them for our people.
That's
so that way
good.
we can just dance the night away. So now that I'm doing this party, there's one more space a month that we can have, and we can have for us, and then for them to like come look at us dance and learn about our culture, our music. So that's where I spent my 30th birthday.
And your food. So, like, I've never heard of Tres Golpes.
So what Tres Golpes is?
What is
You
that?
never heard of it?
Buenos arroz moro, that's right now.
Really? Okay, so Tres
I'm gonna
Golpes.
see that spot over here.
You've never heard of Tres Golpes?
Never.
So Tres Golpes is a breakfast with mango. You know what mango is?
Okay, yeah.
So it's mango with 3 different sides, right? So it's queso frito, huevo frito, and salami. So that's like the 3. It's called like 3 hits, like Tres Golpes. Because those are the 3 fried. Because it's a heavy breakfast. So I wanted to just like, it was like a cool play on words to have the party called Tres Golpe, because it sounds cool, like Tres Golpe.
Because I thought someone got punched. Like,
Yeah, exactly,
You know?
right? Sounds like dope. It doesn't. It sounds like, and then it's like funny because if you're Dominican, if you're like, oh my god, I can't believe it. Yeah, so that's my party.
That's
what it-
cool, though.
you
That's
organize
cool.
parties?
Yeah. That's like my side job.
I know. So what I do know is like you threw a party. When was it that Saucy Santana party?
Yeah.
Oh
the
yeah, that was
NSFW.
last year. No, that one was summer school. That was like one of my big, like my first big event. So that one was, again, we wanted to create a space where we can listen to like our music. So that one centered around people of color, and we had Saucy Santana come in. It was like a huge packed
I
event.
never heard of until Shark told me about it, and I play it.
Well, let it
I
be
play it
known.
a lot. I mean, not a lot, but like at least a few times a month, you would like, yo, let me listen some.
But that was
Santana's
before. That was
fire.
before Material Girl came out.
Yeah.
So I'm like.
I love.
But yeah, we had that
Material Girl.
one. Material Girl. That party was a lot of fun. But no, I do event produce in New York City. I do some LGBTQ like POC
Events.
people of color events for Black and Brown queer folk. We do our parties.
Because I remember you were telling me like you wanted to do something where it's like you want to give like them the work. You want like you.
Yeah, I want to
like,
put. So the whole idea too is like, for so long, our people have had to wait. When I by our people, I mean like Latinos, Black people, brown people, queer people in general. We've always had to be like at the back of the line, and like whenever we work or we're asked to work, it's just like we're the token Black person, the token brown person. And I was like, you know what? Like, let's put more money in people of color's pockets. I'm gonna hire POC DJs, POC staff, and then I'm gonna have the token white person.
POC?
Oh, POC stands for people of color. That's a term that we use in the States, because we're
it's
so
like
diverse.
A system like
No. So LGBTQ obviously stands for lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and queer. That is the acronyms. And then POC stands for people of color. Just for a little glossary term for the people at home.
I was hella confused for like 2 seconds.
I know, and I keep on saying it.
I'm like, what the fuck is POC?
The more you know.
There you go, learning on this show, bro.
I love it.
Yeah, so it's a good way for us to be like at the forefront of the face of the parties. Like, we're the VIP now. We're cutting the lines. We're the ones that are playing the music. We're the one that's getting paid. So it's just creating more spaces for us to like win and be on top, Like seeing you guys do this is amazing. Like, we would want more of these kind of things in our country.
I love it because like even like when you get to see like the photos after of like the events, you get to see like what is fashion, what is going on, what is the moment, and I feel like say what you want to, but gay people are like, we are fashion. Like
Listen,
we are who we
I'm
are. We're trendsetters. Like
I'm literally wearing his glasses right now. So just
I mean, like, I'm the worst. When it comes to fashion, I'm like the worst of all my friends. Like, I literally dress like a straight guy. I have like no fashion taste. But the fashion
but
industry.
it works though.
I mean, I give trade, you know, I give them. But no, the fashion world is like run by gays, like, right? So like, and then it's also cool because like, we influence culture so much. So like when you see these pictures, you're like, we're the trendsetters. Like people are looking to us to see like what's the cool
What's
next
new?
thing. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, and then when you see the pictures of the events, you're like, this is a beautifully diverse crowd. Like everyone's welcomed, black, white, Asian, gay, straight, queer, trans,
Everybody.
fat, skinny, muscular. No, I'm just kidding. But no, everyone's
Check
welcome
out right now. Not the muscular. Okay, so let's.
Shark, by the way, guys, Shark is gonna be leading this conversation because I don't really know.
Yeah, Sam is out of this.
I'm like, I don't know how to.
Sorry.
You can be
but-
curious.
No,
I'm sure
I'm,
this
I
is
am.
like-
That's why I'm here. I want to listen.
Yeah, he'll
and then-
jump in whenever he needs to.
Yeah, when they're like, oh wait, hold on, what's POC? You know, like I'm stupid. Tell me more.
Okay, so you spoke real quick about like trans and all of that, right? So just so we can get into like the correct terms, because I feel like, especially us coming from like the Caribbean and stuff like that, those things don't phase us. Like to us, it's like, okay, y'all are dramatic. Like it's not that serious. And like,
Give me an example because I don't know what you mean.
so in terms of like
Sorry.
a transgender person.
Yes. Oh, I was gonna go.
You-
You got it.
Okay, so in terms of a transgender person, you have like different terms that people say like T-girls, trannies, she-males, and I know that's exactly that's exactly I know it's like
I just stopped so
well,
quick. Is that
because
no,
it's-
there's no
it
filter
can
about
be
it, so-
it can be it is
like I'm gonna get
offensive.
canceled. Listen,
No.
No.
We're here to learn. We're here to educate. We're here to.
We cancel you. You don't cancel us.
I'm just like.
No, I know because
Wait,
and
which
that's
one was,
why
which one was
it's
a big word? I don't know.
they're all like that's where we're going with this because like
Yes.
they're all here to us. It's like it's not normal for us. So to see these things,
Well, yeah,
but you
yeah.
come from a closer perspective of it. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
what are the correct terms or what are the incorrect terms of like
Listen.
speaking of?
No, we
these
got it. Okay,
I'm scared.
So, historically, the word queer was a word that was used to like oppress our community. It's a word like a slur.
I was gonna say that because, like, for me, I thought queer was like a bad thing to say.
Yes, historically, it was a queer.
Okay.
So, you know, like the
didn't know that.
majority of like the world looks to the United States when it comes to like, you know, trends, right? Like, especially when it comes to like laws and like, you know, shifting the culture. So, especially in New York, we set the tone for a lot of the LGBTQ like things for the rest of the world.
Yeah.
So the queer term historically back in like the 1960s or like for as far as we can remember has been the term that is used to oppress us. Now we've reclaimed that word. You know, so we take that word back and we embrace it now. So we take what has historically hurt us, and now we are empowered.
We are
by it.
owning it.
100%.
So
yeah.
queer, for a lot of people, everybody has their own unique identity, obviously, because no one's a cookie cutter, you know? We all have a different experience. Queer is understandably an umbrella term for the community. However, while you're inside that umbrella, you might have specific terms that really make you feel seen and make you feel like, okay, this is who I am. So some people embrace the term. A lot of older folk don't because they live through that time.
They lived through it, yeah.
You know, like during Stonewall and stuff like that, like where, you know, people are going to jail just for being gay. People were like,
What?
Yeah. You get arrested, like if you hold a guy's hand in public, like
A kiss or what, like-
a kiss. If you're
Now
queer.
it's super chill. Man.
Oh no, like now we just like now we're on the face of like
Yeah.
huge marketing
Yeah.
campaigns. So
the
queer is
road
an umbrella term. When it comes to, so I came out late. I was like 21 when I came out, like right out of college or university, and I was thrown into the world of like the queer world. Right. Everything that I know today is because I asked and I listened. Most importantly, I listened to different people's stories. So. And that's only like almost like 10 years ago. And so everything's moving fast.
Really fast.
But that doesn't mean that we can't learn and ask those questions, right? So like especially like when I first came out, I didn't have a transgender friend. I didn't even know what those things weren't things we were talking about. And that was only 10 years ago. So, you know, the proper word to use is like a transgender person or someone who is transgender. We don't say the T word. TRANNY.
NNY, yeah.
Yeah, I can't spell. We don't say that word. And We don't.
Okay, but now,
they say it. You know what I'm saying? Because they've
okay, that's why like explain.
They've
like,
reclaimed it. You know how black people say the N-word?
Yeah,
Exactly.
But you can't catch nobody else saying the N-word.
You can't.
Same thing like that. Like they can take their word and they can say it between each other. Like transsexual. Transsexual is another outdated term.
Okay.
Crossdresser is another word that is not associated with the lifestyle, or not the lifestyle, the identity of a trans person. A crossdresser refers to a man who wears women's clothing.
Yeah.
And his like. You would probably think of like the corporate guys who like get hotel room and you see them in lingerie.
Yeah.
Or like stuff like that. Yeah, that is like
Crazy.
Crossdresser.
It's so
like that's what
many
I think of when I hear crossdresser. When I hear transgender, is someone who well, born a certain gender or was assigned a certain sex at birth.
At birth, yeah.
But is a different gender. They feel like they're different.
They
gender
know
inside.
that who they are inside is not who they are outside.
Exactly. So
doesn't
they
match.
do what whether they express themselves through clothing, however their gender expression is different than what was assigned to them at birth.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
It does a little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just learning over here. I'm like,
Because you don't.
I do understand it, but at the same time, well, you know what? Keep going.
No. Tell me.
No,
tell me.
say it. Like, it's
No,
okay.
keep going. What?
Well, I was gonna say like you don't necessarily. Okay, so like someone who feels like they are transgender, that is a feeling that they have inside. From what I've been told.
I'm just trying to understand, like, how does one feel that way? You know, like, what is that specific?
Gender? It stems from gender dysphoria.
No, but like, what is that specific feeling? Like, you feel like I am a woman, although biologically.
I think I think I could understand if you put yourself in their shoes like that, because it's the same thing growing up and people are like, you're not gay. Like, that's just. And I'm like, I can't explain the feeling that I don't feel like I can be with a woman. Like, I don't get that. Like, there's nothing about a woman that attracts me. Like, there's nothing there. And you can't explain that to people. Because like a straight person is going to be like, that's crazy. That doesn't make any sense. How do you mean?
And I think it goes back to what he says earlier. Everybody has their own story or own experience. And that's just how I feel. That's what I'm attracted to. Like we learned last week, like some people are attracted like with balloons and shit.
Yeah.
Like the fetishes and stuff?
Yeah, it's fucking
so hot.
Wait, what?
No, not the balloons.
I was
the
like,
fetishes are hot.
I'm like, yo, see you
talk
later.
after that.
No. I realized I have a foot fetish, so that's what I'm like.
Wait,
Oh,
what?
God.
I have a foot fetish.
Another one. Don't
do you-
ever kiss me ever again. Ew.
Do you pay? Are you that person that pays like on OnlyFans? Like, yo, send me a.
No, I'm the person that gets paid for the foot stuff. I'm the person that gets paid. But no, yeah, everyone's like I said before, everyone's experience is so unique, and the reason why, a lot of people feel like, oh, these are phases, like they're trying to change things around. It's not that. Is that we're finally making space for people to be safe and explain their situations, their journeys, their experiences, and we're learning more about ourselves, and we're creating new languages to, describe what it is that we're feeling inside. Because back then, whenever you think of someone who's trans, you think of Jerry Springer, Maury. You guys know those TV shows? Like the top,
of course,
of course. Like where they're like beating up or like fighting. Like, Maury, that's a man. Like, that is what America has taught us what trans was, So now we're shifting the dynamic and we're allowing trans people or, giving space for trans people to be at the forefront of different things and to express themselves and to get that power back that America has taken from them, And I feel like a lot of countries are looking to us to see like where are they going with this, and then that empowers the movement throughout the world. You know what I'm saying? So it's all it takes is just listening to different stories and being respectful. And the majority of the time, as long as you're coming from a good place, you can ask any question, and a person will tell you like, this is okay, this is not okay, this is how to direct the conversation. But you have to come from a place of like being genuine.
And also, it's like if like, for example, somebody like me, I would be like, listen, I don't know much about this topic. I might say something that might piss you off. Like, if I do, please correct me and tell me what the correct term is.
Yeah, and then you just don't want to make a big deal out of it. Like, let's say you misgender someone, like, don't make a big deal. Just correct yourself.
But I feel like that's also on the other side to be understanding that everybody is not going to know that you identify as a certain term. Like, somebody that's non-binary, if I walk up to you, I'm going to say what I see.
Yeah, so that's...
First off,
I understand.
So it's... If it's my first encounter with you, you can't get mad and be like, oh, like.
I mean, everyone's entitled to their own reaction.
But I don't know that.
I understand it. So like, people are gonna react however they want to react. I would hope that most people come from a good place where it's like, okay, like,
You didn't know.
But that's why there's a movement to kind of move towards more of a gender inclusive like space where we're like not assuming right away. You know what I'm saying? So like,
But how do you not assume?
That's a lot.
Like, excuse me, before I ask any questions.
Listen, what's the
right term to talk to you?
Or you introduce your, okay, for an example, a good way to create that safe space for someone that maybe by their gender might be ambiguous, or you're not sure how they identify. The first thing that I can do is introduce myself with my pronouns, right? So, hey, my name is Brandon. I use he, him pronouns. That way, I'm creating the space. Listen, you're not gonna walk, and not every day in Aruba you're gonna walk up to someone who's transgender. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So like,
okay, that's okay. You're speaking in terms of like somebody that's transgender.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm mainly speaking for somebody that's like
like non-binary.
Yes.
That may fall under the trans.
I know it can, but I don't know. Like I don't. It's difficult.
For the most part,
it's difficult for a shark. Imagine me.
Because
I don't fucking get
everyone's
it.
experience is different. I can't speak for the whole community. Obviously, we're not a monolith,
It's very, very different because I can't understand a lot of things from the perspective, especially from the U.S. For us, again, as Caribbean people, you probably know a little bit how it is for the like a lot of things don't care. Like it's just not that we don't care. It's just like it's not that serious for us. It's like
like the
there's something else I can like argue about. Like I don't know. It's weird to explain.
No, I mean it's also you guys are a small island. Like Manhattan is probably like bigger than this.
Way
island,
bigger.
You know what I'm saying? And they're like the prevalence of people who are having these conversations are pretty slim. And you know, also where I live in New York City, these conversations are probably not being had in the middle of the country in like Kansas. You know what I'm saying? Where if somebody like is openly living their life as a queer person, they may not experience, they're definitely not going to experience the same kind of acceptance I've experienced back at home, where I have the space to throw these enormous parties. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, people just struggle just getting dressed, putting on their makeup, and going to work. So, like, there's still work that needs to be done, especially, like, for someone like you who is leading, you know, open queerness in your island. You know, people are looking to you to be that for someone else, because imagine little kids, you know, back at school who are just like watching this podcast and be like, oh my God, like he's doing that. Then what does that tell that young kid? Yeah. That they can do it too. So even just you having this platform is like amazing for queer kids on this country, in this island as well.
Facts,
you know what I'm saying? You know? Or like also this Ginger too. Like when we're doing his stuff, like you know, Ginger's super extra. But he's super extra.
But the bitch started when she started.
Yeah.
Like
and also like for example, like my best friend who's on RuPaul's Drag Race, Miss Candy Muse, like you know, her being a bigger brown Latina being on the show, that's another thing. She reps for like
a whole different, a few different communities there.
Exactly, because we're all intersectional, right? There's so many. Have you guys used that word intersectional?
No.
So never heard of it until 2 seconds ago.
Intersectional is a term to describe like we have different layers. There's different identities that we have that make up who we are. Like we're not just one thing. Yeah. So for example, like my intersectionality, like my different identities, I'm gay, I'm brown, I'm Latino. Each individual things are unique to my experience and they make up like my identity.
You're bearded, like you get stuff.
I'm tired.
You got a good beard.
Because like a bitch like me, I can't grow a beard.
No?
At all.
I want to put like chia seeds, like the chia, and you water.
The what?
I'm gonna beat your ass. I'm gonna beat your ass.
No, but I mean, it's moving so fast, but that's a good thing, right? Because change is what like helps us.
Aruba's still stuck in 1995 right now.
We're way left behind.
Like they'll give you stuff here.
No, it's like really. It's
you know when like somebody's like in a candy shop, like you want 10, but like here's one, so you shut the fuck up.
Yeah, that's how it is.
That's how Aruba is like.
When it comes to like terms of like rules and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Living our lives, do what you live, baby, live. There's some people that are mad, but like live, baby, live. That's how it is here.
You guys are more progressive than other islands.
I think so. Yeah.
We're more open.
Yeah, progressive.
But like, when in terms of like marriage and stuff like that,
legal stuff.
We're so stuck.
How is that?
Like if you two were married and one of you die, he can't inherit.
I can't. Like it's a lot.
My family would be happy. Like that's ours. That's so weird. But then that's so weird considering that wasn't Holland the first country to allow.
We don't fall under Holland direct like that anymore.
Really? But you would think since that happened first that it would influence.
They're so way ahead.
Way ahead.
Aruba catch up.
Aruba is way behind.
I remember I think I've told you a story before when I was in Amsterdam and I was me, my sister, and somebody else, and I was wearing a Marilyn Monroe shirt. And like my skinny black jeans and everything. I just didn't know it was gay parade that day. So all these guys looking at me, I'm like, hey, I'm like, his sister's like, yo, you know it's gay parade, right? Like, fuck. Explains why everybody's like fucking staring at me. Like, yo.
Oh my god.
It was hella funny though, hella funny.
Okay, so I need you to explain a little bit about like the ballroom scene.
Yeah, what is that?
Oh, child.
Like,
What is the,
let's talk about
what's
the
ballroom
ball.
scene?
So-
Guys, I'm here to just ask, what's that? What's this?
The ball is your life. I
Child,
swear
people
to
back at home are gonna
God.
watch this and be like, "You better not mess up." Better not mess up. I'm like,
It is the
I'm like
pressure is
filter in
on.
paradise.
Apply the pressure. Pressure.
okay. So the ballroom scene. Okay, so you know how we're talking about historically, like our communities have been oppressed, right? And especially, you know, the racist history of America, of the States. Now, remember, we also spoke about intersectional identities. So someone like you and I, we would probably get it really bad back then, right? Because we're not white and because we are gay. Right, so these communities, like especially the LGBT, the queer people of color, those communities, created like an underground scene where they can just express themselves.
I love it.
It's like I'm running a filter. I'm like, let me see. I like how everything is. Anyways,
Other glasses, no, they're nice. They created an underground scene where they can dress up and portray the things that they wanted, you know, like for example,
zero judgment, and everything, like whatever.
with
you
zero
wear.
judgment in a safe space, because you can get arrested or like people will kill you, like people would have killed you, like a lot of people have died. And there was also like, you know, it's a community. They created their own community in safe spaces and had these balls where they can live the fantasy of like what they wanted to be because this country did not allow them to. So for example, they'd walk out and they'd have different categories, and these categories would be like, let's say for example,
Femme queen realness.
femme queen realness. So like if someone wanted to be a feminine presenting person, and realness means how real do I
How
look?
how
Like,
how much do how much
look
do you
as
embody
a-
it? Like
yeah,
how
much do you
live is it?
embody?
Like
Exactly.
how much do you give it? Then they have like categories for face,
Which is
where it's like all the like
how-
those-
how
Is
beautiful
it
you
a part
are.
or is it like some sort of
It's
competition?
a party
It's
and
like a
competition.
competition.
So it's basically,
Yeah.
for example, if I wanted to be XYZ, how much am I embodying XYZ?
So
like,
you get dressed up
dressed
for
No,
it.
you have to get
person,
dressed.
attitude-
Head to toe attitude.
Attitude.
So like
like,
the
be that
category
person.
is ball head extravaganza. I'm just saying, it's ball head extravaganza.
Fucking win.
You have to come. No, but your ball
He
head
gets
needs to be
tens, he gets
clean.
tens.
It's like
I'm pelando book.
because you have judges. You have
No.
judges are standing there, and then you have to like come and present like your ball head. You
Yeah.
have
So
to
there's
do,
a
like,
panel.
ooh.
There'll be a panel like this,
Yo.
and they'd come
What the
forth.
fuck? Is this like a yearly thing or?
I mean, they have one in New York. It's called Open to All OTA, and it's like every Monday. And
so it's
the community just comes out, and it's very traditional to like how it was like back then, where you have a panel just like this who are sitting with scorecards 1 through 10, and they present themselves according to the category, and then you have everyone around cheering them on,
screaming, going
or
crazy.
either cheering them or like booing them,
Yeah.
you know, or giving them the chop, which is when like you're eliminated for like
Done.
you're done. So
It is amazing.
and then there's also
It
like
could destroy you. Like if you get a boo, like
Not really, because you know what it's for. Like you have to bring it. You have to bring it.
yeah, and you know sometimes people like they're underprepared, or maybe they're new to
Yeah.
or they just joined the house, which a house is
Yeah.
like a community, like a family that people create, like the queer.
kind of like the sororities and frat house of the gay community.
Not
It's
really.
literally just like a
now
family.
it's becoming like that. But before it was
I mean,
like
no, those are like white like pay dues like in college. That's like centered around. I guess no, not even. I won't even give it credit. I won't. I was like trying to say how can I relate it. It's basically what houses are family, you know, because a lot of queer people have been
like kicked out of their real families, or like maybe they
So
can
it's more like a legit like.
It's
solo
your family,
familia,
because
you
some
know?
people
you're-
like-
this is who you like. These people like they care for you. You have like a house mother
Could
or a
you could
house
live with them,
father.
or it could just be people who support each other.
yeah.
Oh, I thought it
you
was
know?
more like a fraternity house where this is my squad.
no,
that's
no.
your squad.
Mm.
Some
No,
Harry
no, no.
Potter shit, you know.
There is houses. There are different houses that compete against each other. You have to watch Legendary.
A good show,
Or
a good
Pose.
movie to watch that historically shows you like that was filmed back then is Paris is Burning.
Yeah.
I think you can find it on Netflix. I think that's the best starting place to understand.
I'm gonna look it
In
up.
the States it is.
Maybe not here. Maybe in the States it is.
Yeah, or you can find the link somewhere.
I'm gonna look it up right
But I think Paris is Burning is like the best the best movie to watch that has like these legendary icons in for our community that paved the way for us to like even stand here and be free. You know what I'm saying? And they're so like they're globally known for our community. I think that's the first place that I would recommend someone.
I love
I
it.
typed in Paris is Burning on Netflix, and the first number one thing is RuPaul.
Of course, because RuPaul always shouts it out. Like
I've never seen this show. Yeah.
RuPaul,
Never.
It's a good show.
I know about it. Maybe I've like seen like a clip here or there, but never like.
Mama,
You know,
who
like-
gives you your life?
Huh? Huh?
Don't disrespect ever.
I'm not disrespecting. I'm just saying I just never saw it.
No, it's a really good show. That one's centered around drag, which
Yeah.
is another
Which is
aspect.
yeah.
That leads us into that.
We also gonna go into that.
Oh, 100% I'm gonna go into that.
So drag. I mean, look at me just being the LGBTQ
Come through,
historian here.
speak.
Actually, I used to do a lot of work like doing like this kind of speaking
Yeah.
on history. So I'm really well versed in a lot. But if I misspeak,
Okay,
don't
versatile.
Judge Brandon, guys. But honestly, like some of my favorite shows to go to are drag queen shows. They're fucking
They're
hilarious.
fun.
best.
I went to the one in Key West. I think it was called Mystic. No, I don't even fucking know anymore. But it was like that's actually my first drag queen show when I was living in Key West. I was literally just walking down the street at some like on Duval Street. I don't know if you ever been to Key West.
Yeah.
Duval Street, like one side is like whatever, and then one side is the gay LGBT whatever crowd. So I'm just first time walking, I'm like, wait, something's changing. Like as I'm walking through the street, I'm like,
Oh my god, that's so
Rainbows.
funny. You know what? So when I first went to Key West, I was in the closet.
Oh, shit.
And I was like, oh my god, this is like New Orleans. Like everyone's just drunk
exactly.
in the street.
Same
and I
thing.
saw all these rainbow flags.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, this might be the Key West flag. So the whole entire time, I thought that the rainbow flag was the Key West flag. En
Oh
serio.
shit! So
Yeah.
you were ready to like buy it
Yeah,
and be
like,
like,
hey,
"Hey
what's
guys, I brought you some Key West
I'm walking around
flags."
with my Key West with a rainbow on my shirt.
listen, I didn't even
No.
know. I was walking through one of the bars, and I'm like, and I see like two dudes making out, and I'm like, oh wait, I think
You're like scandalous.
like what is going on here?
Scandulo.
And now I walk next to the drag queen show, like, hola papi, how you doing? You want to come watch the show? I'm like, I'm gonna be walking. But then somebody told me about it. It's like it's a really, really good show, and I'm like, you know what? Fuck
And
it.
you went back to watch
I
it?
went and hilarious. Never forgot one really big person. Like I think it was Taylor Swift or whatever. Like they were, how they sing along, like
Yeah.
all different kinds of show.
Like lip sync?
Yeah, and then this guy's like going for my dick, and I was like, yo, whoa, and like, hey, and then come closer. He's like, don't worry, I ain't gonna grab it. I'm like, yo, I was
Did you give
dying.
$100 and stuff like that?
100%, like 100%.
I live.
No, honestly, like if I whenever I ever go to the States, I always try to see if there's like a really good drag queen show, and I just go. It's just
It's such a
really
good time.
fun, and it's a really like. If you've never been, your first experience is gonna be like, yo, this is
What
so
is
much
this?
fucking fun.
But it depends who you get to, because some of the girls, like when they perform,
Or like in Miami.
like
those
you remember
girls.
Miami,
Yeah.
we went to like Palace.
Yeah, the girls at Palace.
The
are
girl,
really,
like
really,
she
really good.
murdered, and then there was like we went to like this other place where the girl did Ariana Grande.
Oh, Cat Wilderness.
Oh my god.
yeah,
good.
yeah.
I
Yeah, they're
was
really
like-
good because these kids like they're so talented. Like first drag stands for dressed. Like I think it comes from like dressed as a girl, like drag.
Oh, that's what it is?
Dressed
I
as
had
a
no
girl.
idea.
But now drag has evolved to like so many different things where like it lives outside of just these bars, right? But even when you go to a bar, there's so many different kinds of drag. There's like the comedy ones, like the
Yeah,
musical
yeah.
ones, the backflip and jump off a bus, do a split, break my neck, and then go like, you know what I'm saying? There's
I
dancing.
live.
So and then there's like the ones that you see like are in fashion that are like now like being in vogue. There's like drag DJs. There's like so many different types of
Yeah.
drag. There's like something for everybody. Child, and there's people who like don't even leave their house and they're famous on the internet just by doing drag.
I know, like a lot of the girls from RuPaul, like even you see, like what Ru does is like bring different categories, different girls from different like countries and stuff like that, and just bring them all together, like different representations. You have like the internet girls, you have like the pageant girls, you have the show
pageants.
girls, you got like different country girls that like come from like small places, and you just get to see everybody together, and then you see how they bring it together, how they work together. You get to get like different stories of the
Is it the RuPaul
backgrounds
show?
and like.
Yeah.
You
And
get
like
everything. Like it's like they really go in and they tell like their stories. Like
that's
it's
the
really
one
good.
thing about that show. Like you hear the different, like how we're talking about, like you're listening to different stories because there's no one way to do anything, right? There's
Yeah.
no, so like the show showcases so many different there are people who are on that show who their parents are like, yeah, absolutely, do drag, like we support it.
Yeah.
There are people who got kicked out of their house, who don't talk to their families anymore. Like there's so many different walks of life. But then the show has evolved so much where like it is outside of this country now. They have one in Canada, they have one in Spain, in Holland. They have one in Holland. They have one in Italy.
It's so many
they have
now.
One in Aruba.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
Wait, what'd you say?
Ginger's the host. They have it. No, but imagine have a Caribbean one. That won't be fierce.
I don't know if I want to see them in drag.
It's hot.
They better get their face together because I will punch a bitch. You better rap
There's
for
drag
us.
here in this island?
They do, but like
None
none of them do like their own makeup and stuff like that.
I
Like,
wouldn't know.
how we see them do like their own stuff and like it's not. We don't have that here.
Yeah.
Only Alan. I think Alan actually does his own makeup.
Oh, don't they do like a pageant?
Yeah.
A drag queen?
We have, yeah.
Okay.
Miss
So you guys
Gay
have
and stuff
drag
like that.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
I think
drag.
We have it, but I mean,
think
it's not like
a show, you know, like
yeah.
You have to get a drag queen on this show.
Well, we're waiting.
For who? Oh, yeah. I was talking to me. I was like, what are you talking about? I'm not so...
What's that about? Your
fuck?
friend?
Maybe we'll see if we can get her.
Ringing.
Okay, so now
We're broke though, so don't charge us.
yeah.
We can't afford somebody with half a million followers. Sorry.
Cancel never mind. We're not coming
Mission
anymore.
abort, mission abort.
Okay, so since we're on like Mama real quick, I want to transition into a different conversation also.
Yeah.
But like one thing about like what RuPaul always talks about and like in his one-on-one with the girls and stuff like that, he always mentions on no matter what you're going through to always make sure you can laugh about it. Like you can always
That's what I always
find the
do.
light in everything that
Find
you
a little
do. Find
joke.
like something just to uplift you. Like, and I remember like even like with the All Stars, like the one that lost against Sasha Velour,
Shea Coulee?
Shea Coulee.
That's
Like
regular season.
she kept feeling like, and I felt it for her because I love Shea. That's my girl. And like she kept and like everybody keep reminding her online about like the rose petals and stuff like that. And like she determined and she like started like to make fun of it and surpassed it. You know, she like
Yeah. So basically,
finally did that.
She was like the runner-up, and she was like during the season she was like the front runner. Like everyone thought that she was gonna win.
Killer.
So during the last, I guess like battle, the lip sync battle, the person that her competitor like did some crazy reveal that like nobody ever expected. Like she did a crazy trick, and then like basically everything that she felt like she worked hard for was like taken right from her on that stage. So when she returned back into the competition for like another season, like an all-star season, she had to like embrace all the like reliving those memories of like losing, right? So that's what she like it kind of segues into like self-love and then
Yeah.
like, you know, not taking life too seriously, which, you know, that's the whole point of drag, like not taking it too seriously, you know? Like life is fun. Life is short. I mean, life is hard.
Yeah, it
But
is.
we gotta make it fun.
Okay, because
yeah?
like with that is what I wanted to go into. Like, what were your thoughts on like the Dave Chappelle comedy skit series, the comedy skit?
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't watch it.
You did not.
No, is it something on Netflix?
Yeah.
It was one of his last. It was actually his
That was
last.
the last
something.
one.
He said something like transphobic.
No. He said something about like he used a friend who was transgender.
I mean, he of course he
comedian
made
who
trans
killed
jokes.
herself.
He did make trans jokes, but he
Yeah.
also talked about his friend.
Yeah.
But he didn't talk about her like in a negative way.
I didn't hear the context, but what I would say is that if she was black,
No,
she was white.
I think she was it was a white
It was a white trans
comedian.
woman.
Yeah,
She was a trans woman comedian, and she died.
yeah. She committed suicide because
I mean, come on. I mean, I didn't hear what the joke was, but obviously your sense of humor is going to be different because,
No,
like,
but this girl was Dave Chappelle's friend. Like they're friends.
I mean,
But
people
she
ju-
killed herself because
she
people were
committed
making fun
suicide because
her.
of like
the
the,
community.
they bullied her,
The trans
Bullied her, like,
community
on
bullied
Twitter
her,
and shit.
and that's how she was like, nah, fuck this.
and then she killed herself.
Yeah.
I wouldn't make fun of that.
What?
I wouldn't make fun of that.
He didn't make fun of it.
Oh, so then what's the problem?
No, he enlightened about it. So he was talking about it. So like his whole jokes thing is always like a whole role play. So it
So
transitions.
it goes
it's
in
like
like
a
a story.
big story.
Okay.
And the end of the story was basically this person tried to stand up for who they thought they were. So she stood up for
Dave Chappelle making
the comedians and said like, hey guys, like it's not that serious. Like this is our job. Like this
said
is how
that?
his transgender friend.
She said that
She said that.
before she killed herself.
Yes. she was saying that, and then after that on Twitter they started attacking her, and that's when she
Transgender
committed
community
suicide.
was attacking her for
So
defending.
what was the
for
problem?
defending. Well, people didn't like the jokes that he were making.
That he was making about her.
No, about trans in general. Like he made trans
Oh
jokes
yeah,
also.
I mean, listen. If you, I personally just think like that's like a white person making fun of like black people, and like in our country, like historically you have oppressed our people. So how is that funny for you to make those jokes? So I guess, like, but that's his best friend. I don't know. I guess I have to see it.
Yeah.
I think so.
I think that.
Then you'll understand the context.
Yeah, I didn't watch it. Sorry, I didn't watch it.
I got a question, and I'm sorry if I'm gonna piss off some people right now, but like, when people say like, if you look at, because you keep repeating like, if you oppressed our history, if you look at our history, oppressed. But then I'm like, but that was so long ago. Like,
It wasn't that long ago.
Okay, but you know what I mean? Is like, things are better than. I feel like I'm gonna start getting in trouble with this.
Yeah,
but-
you. I'm like,
No, but you know what I mean? It's supposed to be a conversation.
No, we can be
because
honest,
some
we can be
people think like I do understand it. But
There
like,
are people that think the way we think also, so it's like
people-
we have to
talk
speak
about
for
it.
them
Yeah.
so we can
Yeah.
like get it out there, like
And hopefully
get
provide, like,
answers.
yeah, yeah. So
Exactly.
there's people out there who think, yeah, but this was like XYZ long ago. Just things are good now. Let it go. Why hold on to something that's gonna bring back these past problems? Like I'm sure there's sometimes I think that way, but then I also understand as to why people are upset today. So I see both sides.
Well, it's super important to remember your history, right? Because you have to hold yourself accountable.
Yeah.
To make sure that you don't repeat the same mistakes that you've once made, right? So, our country, like the United States, has a very, very like messed up past.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Like we are.
Columbus didn't just show up and like, hey, what's up, guys?
Yeah,
He didn't do that.
Like people were not nice.
Clack,
So,
clack.
we live in a heteronormative society. We live in a very white, male-dominated society where at the top of the food chain is a white, straight, cisgender male. Cisgender means that you identify with a sex assigned to you at birth. That's what cisgender means. And as you go down, as you deviate more away from what that is, the lower you go on the social pole. So the opposite of a cisgender man is a transgender woman.
Yeah.
So the further you are away, the less people respect you in our country. What's opposite of white? Black. That is the complete opposite. So the furthest thing from a white cisgender man, is a black transgender woman. That is like how our society is. So understanding like our identities and what has happened to us like historically will kind of, I guess, you have to know what happened to our people so that we don't make the same mistakes. And it didn't happen. And because of those things that happened back then, a lot of the way of thinking, mentalities have passed down throughout the years. And our country still holds those traditional values and imposes certain things onto our people, right? For example, slavery, people say slavery was so long ago. There's people who are just a few generations away from people who experienced slavery.
They actually just discovered. I was watching this guy that he does like a bunch of like covers for like black stuff, and he was talking about they just found out there was slavery in somewhere like lately in the U.S. They found them. They have to get like corn. Not corn. How you call that? Onions. They have to dig it with their bare hands. They have immigrants. They just found out. They have to work.
No.
I don't know how long to get 20 cents. Per 50
so it's like,
onions.
So it wasn't like a lot of things are just still happening today that are stemmed from the things that happened before. Just like, like for, our black trans women or even trans men, they're getting murdered at significantly larger rates than like any other identity.
I did see that.
Is there like a specific like state that has higher than?
Oh, no, I don't have those statistics. I have no idea. But I would imagine like maybe like in the Midwest, maybe. I have no idea.
I think more in the middle of the country is more like.
Yeah, but there's also like less people who are safe, who feel safe enough to come out as what they want to be or what they really are out there. But it's important, like these things are still happening today. Like for example, in Florida, and I think in Texas too, there are laws that are being passed currently that oppress us. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we as queer people, we got, marriage in 2015, but then now kids in the grades K through 3, kindergarten through 3rd grade, you can't talk about gay.
Talk about gay stuff and nothing like that. Like
you can't talk about anything about gender,
gay or not, like none
sexuality.
Of that.
Like
I did see like, I mean, I'm going on a political over here. Like how like there are some people on the Republican side who are against teachers trying to teach, like, you know, or at least
even discuss. It's just like even mention. Like you're not allowed to.
How do you feel about that?
I just feel like people make being queer such a perversion where like you don't talk about it. It's pushing an agenda. It's like gross, like
ridiculous.
No boys kissing in front of you, like stuff like that. Like kids shouldn't be sexualized, but then you constantly hear about a mommy and a daddy in every book and every movie. You constantly hear about like, oh, my son's gonna be a player, a heartbreaker when he grows up. Oh, he already has a girlfriend in school. People do that and normalize that. But then when it's talked in a queer mindset,
It's wrong.
it's wrong. It's perverted. It's pushing an agenda. And we need to.
Why do kids need to learn about that at that age?
And it's like some kids have two mommies. Some kids have two daddies. Some kids have an uncle, like a tío that's gay, an uncle. So like it's
I
like
had one girl, like a second cousin girl. I never knew it was gay until I was older, though.
yeah, like queerness exists. So it's like we're by not allowing us to talk about it. It's not. No, let me tell you something. Kids don't even know their ABCs. No one's going on and having a discussion saying, "Hello, today we're gonna learn about like anal sex." That's not happening. That's not happening. You know what I'm saying?
It's
So
true.
like
They're acting like it, but it's really not that. Like,
you know,
I don't
and
know.
like a kid, there could be a kid who's like sees that they have two daddies, and then they're like, "Oh, am I different?" And now they can't talk about it, so they're gonna feel like their family's not valid, or like their experience doesn't, like they're erased.
or
in a
maybe
sense.
even that kid that maybe has two dads or two moms. Now they're like, okay, but why don't I feel that I like the same thing? Like, it's so many things you're triggering because now they're looking at different kids. Observe everything, especially at those ages. So they're like looking at, okay, so that's
And you're being told by
mommy
doing
and a
that,
daddy. It's like
you're being told it's wrong,
yeah,
which
exactly,
is like not right.
which is not right.
And like there's some kids, you know, who express their queerness very early. You know, I knew I was gay very
was
young.
me.
Like, I definitely had a crush on my best friend when I was in 3rd grade. I hope he's not watching this. I definitely had a crush on
Hey,
my
best
best friend. You know, but then like
Are you
also
still friends till this day?
no. I mean, we're not close, but like we have each other on Instagram. He's definitely gonna watch this.
He's gonna slide in. He's like,
sexy.
"Hey, papi, you still interested?"
Ooh, that'd be the devil. Like, yeah, he's hot. He's still hot. But I remember when I was in 2nd grade, I had a crush on my teacher. She had very, very long black hair, but I also had a crush on her son. So it's like, my mom.
A whore from young. We
But
get it.
2nd grade.
That's why you and Shark are best friends right now. Let's go.
Ah.
Hey guys, ever seen two whores in the show?
Periodico.
So I remember like my parents, they always would make that the thing like, oh, Brandon has a crush on his teacher. But like that was fine.
That was okay. Like,
But if I said I had a crush on her son, the Lord will strike me down with lightning. Like it would be a huge thing. So like for me, that's why it's important to like understand your history, because it hasn't been that long ago and it's still happening.
It feels
today.
like it's been like,
Yeah.
but like if you think about it, dude, like it was like maybe 50 years ago. When things were like in the 70s, with like bad.
I mean, there was definitely segregation in 1960. I don't know, in the 60s, like where like white people had a certain thing and people of color had their own like fountains and bathrooms.
Yeah.
Well, tell everything they had to say. You know, that was very recent. There's still people alive who went through that.
Wild though.
Which is crazy. Like my mom was born in 1965. I was like, girl, if it would have been 10 years ago before, like you wasn't drinking from that fountain. You know what I'm saying? So it's important to understand that these things are still prevalent in today's society, because that mindset is passed down still today. Like racism is evident. You know, there's still things that we are not allowed to do, or like people have these mentalities where they're thinking nasty things about us, like, oh, this person like is ghetto or they're ratchet or whatever, just because like the color of our skin.
yeah.
I mean, you just
Shark's gay.
No,
Shark's ratchet.
I always claim my ratchetness. I love being ghetto. I just love like the like.
But why is
to-
it bad to be ghetto? You know what
That's
I'm
why
saying?
I love to embody it. I just love ghetto-ness. Like I feel like ghetto-ness is just what's.
Ciao.
I just love ghetto. Like, I love it. I really embody. I like black. I like ghetto. I just love us. I don't know. I just love being.
I feel like being like that. The whole ghetto thing gives Sharks an excuse for being a bitch. You know, like whatever.
that's
I'm
being
ghetto.
gay.
It's not.
That's what gives
Thank you. Finally, somebody to understand and explain.
Listen, I'm outnumbered here, so I
We
can't say shit.
we are immune to like we love shade.
Yeah. I mean,
Like
that's
the
part of our
insult,
language. Yeah.
it's like who we are, and people don't get that, and it's so hard, especially here, because like we watch a lot of like the influence of like New York and the drag and the like. We see all the gay stuff, so you see like what are the lingos and what are like what's in right now. So it's like, ooh, child. Girl.
No, you guys are either the most up-to-date people on trends
are.
or the trend creator.
We are both, because we created and then we trended, and then some rich white person takes it over and then sells
Why
it
did you
back to
point
us.
at me?
Not you.
But that's the reason. That's the reason why, like, it's important to know, like, the history and hold ourselves accountable. Because, like, let me tell you something. I didn't understand my identity until I was 25. I wanted to get away from anything that was Hispanic, because why would I want to be Hispanic in my country when I look at the top, there's no Latinos.
There's nobody.
There's no gay people. I thought I had a sickness. I was like, I'm cursed. I'm going to hell. I hope it's fun. I hope they have tequila for me. And I was like, I didn't want to be who I was. So I didn't listen to any like Hispanic music. I didn't hang out with like my Spanish friends anymore. I joined a white fraternity in college. Most of my friends were white. And then one day, I attended a conference for like Latinos. And there was one Latino that was gay that was, talking about his experience. And I was like, oh, so a lot of the things that happened to me in my life wasn't because I'm from New York and people are nasty. It's because of the way that I look and the way that I present. So that's when I started to embrace my identity. And I'm like, you know what? Like, this is important to me. And a lot of the things, I've always, like, even going to job interviews, hide my tattoos buttoned up because I'm not white. So I have to make sure that, like, I'm the best of the best. Because those things will affect me because of the way that this country historically has been. So you have to be cognizant of that. So you can, one, check your surroundings to make sure that you're safe, because we are historically oppressed people, and there are people who are still actively looking to oppress us for either being a person of color or being queer. So we have to be cognizant of that to make a safe space for ourselves. And if you're a leader like yourself or like me, we help create that safe space for other people so that they can in turn pass that down to generation and help create that change for everybody else. You know what I'm saying?
She fucks with that.
Period.
Done.
Well, I should do a TED Talk.
Don't push it. Have several seats, baby.
No, but it's a super important conversation.
No, I love it. I love it.
And there's so much to encompass. And guess what? In the next couple, I'm just watching you. In the next 5 years, who knows what the conversation is going to be? We could go backwards, or we can go forward, and then who knows? Like, there can be so many other ways to identify that we're just going to have to, like, keep up with, because why not? Like, what we're going to do, shun other people for being different?
Yeah, no.
No, we have to be...
We just live our best lives and do it like it's RB day. Baby.
Little side note. How was the brunch party?
It was lit.
Oh, my God, it was a lot of fun. You didn't go?
You don't remember our conversation?
Well, which one? You've had, like, two quick ones.
He called me. He's like, why didn't you send me? Literally like, hey, what's up? All right, where's the party tonight? I'm like, wow, how are you, Brandon? You good?
Yeah.
And like, where's the party? I'm like, all right, this, here. Okay, cool. Like, I asked him, how was the brunch party? You didn't go? I'm like, no. I was like, listen, no offense, but it's not really my kind of party.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, you don't like black people? I'm like, whoa.
I was like, oh, what's wrong with Afro-Caribbean music? You're like our people.
But like, he was fucking with me. And then I don't know what I said. And then he said something about gay people. I'm like, wow, because there's gay people.
I don't know what you said. That I said that you don't like gay people.
And I told him, like, you can twisting the fucking story, you know?
Yeah, and I was like, yeah, master manipulator, that's me. No, it was a lot of fun. Towards the end, I was like, oh, we Carnival's next year, baby. And I'm definitely coming back for Carnival,
I'm so ready. I got to see my sketch already. They were like, hey.
Finally, huh? Carnival's finally
I
back.
can't wait.
Carnival?
Wait, didn't they say something?
I really can't wait.
Didn't they say something about July?
Like a little mini carnival?
I think, no, they're not going to do any parades. I think they said they might do, like, activities, but they're not going to do any, like, parades. Nothing on the street.
Probably in
What, like
Carnival
face
Village?
painting and stuff?
Fuck off.
What the fuck is this?
Fuck off.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I'm just happy we did have that one parade that one night. It's just only the one big one. I'm happy with
Good.
that.
I had fun.
It was good.
I'm ready for like 5 more, honestly.
I always have fun.
I had a really good time.
And I could just be in the street being crazy, living my best life.
Well, they come here with the little strap things that you always wear on your Instagram.
Or my little harness. My friends make fun of me. They're like, that's all you wear.
Would you wear that?
Yeah.
The harness stuff?
Hell yeah.
You should sell them here in this country. They're fashion forward.
They are, but like nobody would really buy them.
I mean,
set the trend.
No club would let you go in. That's the problem.
In public,
Why?
yeah. People look at you like, what the...
Clubs here won't let you.
That looks like a little like accessory.
My best friend.
Literally, your shirtless.
I've worn it.
No,
Hey, but
my friend once had on like this.
I wore it at Gusto.
It was like a shirt.
No way.
With the pants.
I have a picture of Gusto.
But
mine
like-
was mine was subtle. Mine was more subtle. It looked like a book bag. You're talking about like the leather stuff, no?
Yeah. The leather stuff.
Like the full harness, like this
No, I
one.
didn't have that.
Just
No.
that one.
Yeah.
That's what we're
Yeah,
talking
you will
about.
never wear. No clubs here will never let you in.
I think those are so sexy. No?
They are, but it's like again, Holland, 100%. They legit have those parties just to wear
All
that.
it takes is one person to just catch on, and then everybody will.
Come on,
do it.
Shark.
But
Be
that's
that
the
person.
thing. There's nobody that's gonna let you enter their club like that.
But I'm saying all it takes is one person to just
And Shark,
support it.
be like Brendan. Start doing your own parties for your community.
Yeah. Oh, trust me, she's on the way, baby. She finna do it like it's my birthday, baby.
No, it's fun, and I also do like a leather party as well. Like, let's talk about this one.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a party called Not Safe for Work, which not safe for work.
NSFW.
You know when you're sending an email and then, or like when you're online and it says NSFW, like
We have WhatsApp. We don't send emails. I'm kidding. We'll continue.
I was like, what the hell? I was like, this country's really behind. And like
No,
it
they
just
really
says
just use WhatsApp though.
Like-
Professionally jobs and stuff like they will use WhatsApp. Just
like to message to like send a message.
Like
to
a work email is a work email, like real quick. But like
Okay,
anything
whatever.
else is like WhatsApp. This is very ghetto. This
So
island.
on the internet, if you're like on blogs or threads or whatever, like if something will say like NSF, which camera am I watching? Okay.
Doesn't matter. I'm looking at my own
this is
camera.
ours.
Hey,
So
what's up?
it'll say NSFW, which means like not suitable for work or not safe for work, which
Okay.
means like
Work.
don't open
Though
it.
this
at
content
work.
is not like
Yeah, like yeah. Like this content do not open at
okay.
work because you could get fired.
Ah, that's what I stand. I've seen like acronym other places.
NSFW. You see it
So
everywhere.
yeah,
know?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
kinda
Now
like
you're gonna,
Pornhub
now you're gonna
too.
see, now you're gonna see it everywhere. Not because I said it. So we created a
Oh.
party.
Text Max right fucking now. Let's go.
Send me all the NSFW
Hey.
things you have. So we created a party around that because we wanted to create like a sexy party. Me and my partner's Janelle number 5.
What? Mole number 5?
Janelle number 5, like Chanel number 5.
Yeah.
We created this party where like we wanted to be like sexual liberation, like just like sexy, because our people historically have been oppressed sexually, where we couldn't celebrate ourselves. We couldn't be with the ones that we love. We couldn't dress sexy. We had to be like fit the mold. So we created another people of color, party that's celebrating like sexual liberation. Like people just come looking sexy, like wearing the leather fetish stuff. And then also a lot of people back in the day did sex work. Well, they still do. Sex work is very prevalent. And you guys have sex work legal in Aruba is legal as well. It's not legal in the States, but a lot of queer people depend on sex work to survive. And then
Okay, so that is real.
yeah,
Okay, because I see it a lot on like shows and like posts and stuff like that, and I'm like,
it's very much
That's
real.
not
It's
real.
easier now because we have the phone, we have internet, and we have
Grindr and all
Grindr.
that.
We have different websites that you can use to get clients.
That's wild.
Yeah. So
is Craigslist really like a thing?
Craigslist is a thing. I don't know how much people really use it for sex work. There's different people use. You can use Twitter to do sex work.
Okay, I
Like,
see that too.
There's literally like underground, like hidden hashtags and stuff like to get clients and get people interested.
What's the
And
name of the hashtag?
It's hidden. He just said.
I wanted to say. What?
There's like different like fetishes that you can like follow and stuff. But that's another reason why we did that party, because we're like we want to celebrate like our sexualness, like our sexuality, not sexualness.
Yeah.
And like
y'all having orgies in there? What's going on? We'll continue.
I mean,
Let's keep talking. Your show is no filter, but like.
no, I never said that. I just started singing. No, it's at a bar. Like you can't you have a dark room. Like if you go in the corner. But no. It's a really fun party, and that when a lot of people get dressed up because people get excited to like really that lifestyle of like fetish and BDSM is so like taboo. So people love it because it's like sexy, it's risque, it's like underground. But no one wants to commit to that because there's so much risk, right? So, and there's so much shame attached to that kind of experience. So, like, I offer a night where you could just, like, dip your foot in the water and just, like, live the fantasy and just, like...
just real quick.
Yeah.
Just real quick.
Have a night, just go off, live your best life, and then tomorrow put on your suit and go back to work. So, it's, like, that kind of thing. So, that's a party that I do as well.
Mal coño.
Coño.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it.
I learned some shit today.
Yes, and then...
I think that's pretty much it. My questions for
shit.
you today. This guy has no manners. I
I'm
swear.
sorry.
Hello.
What's going on?
Meow.
Maria Victoria. Hey, we live. Guys, go watch our show. Quick plug, real quick.
Yeah, I think we touched
We
on
got hella followers.
a lot of different topics. I think I feel like the overall message though that we should like communicate is like one, be kind to one another, right? because you never know what people are going through.
100%.
And love yourself, because as much as the world may tell you that you're not good enough or, you know, you don't belong here, you're just as valid as anybody else. I think that's another common theme. And 3, give me something.
Have confidence. Like, I feel like people just need to like own who they are and like live in that, like embrace every single aspect of your life and just make the best out of it. Like for real, like you really need to love yourself the way I love myself.
Yes, and as Mama Ru would say,
ooh,
take it home, take it home.
Ooh.
What? You don't know?
Of course.
No, I don't.
Go, bring it home, bring it home, bring it home.
Wait, who are you talking to?
To you. Ah!
What is going on right now? Oh my God.
Now, if you can't love yourself, how the hell you gonna love somebody else? Can I get an amen up in her?
Amen.
Now let the music play.
So stupid.
To the moon.
It's true though. It's very much true.
I love Mama Ru.
But I think we learned a lot. Like, you guys asked some really good questions. We spoke about some like hard topics, and like there's no person really could speak for the whole community.
Of
but
course
I hope
not.
that I was able to like at least
100%.
But like, oh God.
Go.
Why would you do that?
I just got COVID tested today and I'm good.
Sounds like COVID was hiding right there. Okay? Like, you're not good. That is gross.
That wasn't COVID, my love.
Oh my God. Anyways, next time you're here, I hope we can talk about like DragCon and like more like
just like the gay ambassador of like Aruba.
I feel like you're closer to it. Like you've been there marching in the Black Lives Matter.
That is true.
For the trans lives and all of that. So like you've been there, done that. So
that is true.
Shark's just
You're the
watching
closest
Shark
thing we
watching,
have.
watching from afar.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully
Oh,
you
you're
guys
like
can come
you're in
through.
the fucking mess, you know?
No, I am, and I'm very lucky to live in somewhere like close to New York, where like I'm able to express myself and like not only express myself but like win. Like I'm not just allowed to exist. I'm allowed to exist and win and make money and have influence and help other people and be a leader. Like that is beautiful, and like that's something that you do here, and you do as well for whatever community you represent. What do you represent? What is your identity?
Bald beers.
Bald beards.
Where you have like, so what is your identities? Like you are.
I'm just me. Like I don't have like I'm just like I just live my life. You know. I just guy.
So represent for you.
Yeah. Whatever the fuck that is. I don't even know. Whatever the fuck that is. I'm just gonna represent me. I just live for me.
I love
as long as I'm happy, that's all that matters.
The selflessness. No, you have to put you first.
100%.
I've
I've learned that shit
first.
the
I preach that
hard
shit
way.
every week.
Took me like probably when I was 25 to start, putting myself first.
You see?
Amen to that.
Wait, he's gonna
I
learn
even
that.
told this bitch. Yeah.
No, it's like I feel like 25 is like the midlife crisis now.
It's more like
you
no, I
know?
think because you're starting to reach 30, you're like, goddamn, But like that's where I started thinking about it. But like probably when I was like 27, 28, and I was like, you know what? Because I've always put everybody else first. Like if I have to change something, I like Shark. Can we like I always check with somebody else instead of saying Shark, fuck you, we're doing this today. Like I don't give a fuck,
Like having that confidence in yourself.
It's more like I want because I'm very easygoing. Like if it fits your schedule, whatever fits your schedule, I'll adjust mine to yours. It's fine. I don't make things difficult. Yeah. But now I'm like, listen, I can do it this time. If you can, then I'll see you next week. Like peace out.
No, yeah.
And people think I'm a cocky asshole now.
No, I think that's all about like
loving
yourself and like doing like understanding your boundaries and
100%.
doing what's best for you.
Amen to that.
Yo, before we close off, I'm gonna very random. I was at Mumbai yesterday, and this older lady from Florida, comes up to me, like, "Oh my God, I just want to let you know that I love your show. I watch it every single week." I'm like, "Where are you from?" I'm from Florida. I'm like, first of all, how the fuck did you even know about this show? I come to Aruba every single year, and I discovered you guys, and I saw you guys. And let me tell you about Shark. Oh my God, I love this.
That is so cute.
That's so crazy.
They always love me. I always love me.
I know. That's why,
That is so cute.
It really is.
No, that's nice.
I know. I love it.
You make someone's day.
I do. I do.
You never know who's
that was
watching
very
you.
random yesterday.
No, I really do. That is
did
so
not,
nice.
Did not. I was just telling at the bar. Excuse me. I'm like, what? I'm like, I love your show.
Shout out to you, ma'am.
Let's go. I forgot your name. I'm sorry.
Shout out to Periodico Apparel too, because this is like a Periodico episode, baby. Oh, child, yes.
You're so excited.
Not yours, Sam.
Our face, no.
Sorry, no. It's a no for us.
This would be a cool shirt if we made it for no filter, like you and me, like you know what I mean?
Like yin yang.
Some shit like that. I don't know.
Okay,
like, I'm the good, I'm the bad.
I'm gonna be on a white tie.
I want a shirt.
I'll be in the black side.
All right.
Cool. All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I don't even know how I'm gonna title this episode, but
We'll figure it out.
guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to go on Instagram for this box if you want to win it. And Brandon, thank you for coming finally after a fucking year
Don't worry,
of asking.
I'll be back. I'll do
I know
a
you
guest
will.
appearance.
Bring some friends down. Bring some friends down.
Yeah, I'll bring a little friend. Let me add a little chair permanently for me. I'll just move.
Hey.
Bring somebody from like Tens Magazine and stuff like that also.
Shout out to Tens Magazine.
I love their content. I swear to God.
see?
Ever since you told me about it, I'm like, ugh.
Never
I
heard of
love
that.
them.
Never heard of it.
I'll send it to you.
We'll link. We'll
Thank
put a link
you.
somewhere.
He doesn't
Thank
even
you.
follow Shade Room, so like that's how
I do
like,
now. After Shark told me.
Left behind.
I see patterns.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week. Peace. Let's go. Oh, man. About time we this episode happened.
Do it like it's my B-Day, baby. Give me the small B-Day.